Hey, what's up everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to build a Web3 trading card application. In this app, we're going to allow people to purchase NFT packs, and within those packs will be trading card NFTs. We'll go over a few things in this tutorial. We'll first create our ERC 1155 NFT collection, which will be our trading cards. Then we'll create Pack NFTs and learn how to bundle those cards, NFTs into packs. Then we'll also create a marketplace contract so that collectors can purchase and sell their trading cards online to other people. And of course, we'll build an application that a user can interact to purchase packs, open them, buy and sell these cards on a marketplace. Now, before we jump into it, let's take a quick look at a demo of what we're going to be building. So right here on my computer, we have our example or demo app that will be our trading card. We called it Creatures, and you can log in with your wallet right here in the top right. So with that, it's a connect wallet button, and you can connect your MetaMask or you can connect whatever wallet you want to. You can see here that this is just a little home screen that has some little text here saying start collecting now. And if you click on the button, it'll just take you to the shops page where you can shop packs. So what this is going to do is load the available pack NFTs that are for sale. And it'll show us the pack name, it'll show us the price of the pack and what the current supply is left of those packs. So we can buy this first pack here that is 0.01 Matic. So we can click on buy pack. We'll be brought up with a transaction to purchase the pack. And you can see right here, we are getting charged the 0.01 Matic. So we can confirm to purchase one of those packs. Once the pack is purchased, we should see the supply drop down to 5. There we go. We can even purchase pack number 2, which has a different set of cards in it. Right here, you can see we're getting charged the 0.025 Matic, so we can confirm that to purchase that one. Supply should drop down to 22 packs after this. There we go, 22 packs. So we purchased a My Pack and a Pack 2, so you can purchase different packs. We'll also learn how to create more packs. If we come up to, so that's the shop link there. If we come to the marketplace, this is where cards that are listed by people are going to show up, and you can see the price that they're listed for. This is just basic direct listing marketplace listings. So you can buy and sell cards that you earn from opening packs. So you can see the price. You can purchase one. So we can, let's buy this one right here. We can buy it. We'll get a transaction that comes up, again, charging us that 0.01 Matic that it was listed for. We'll confirm to purchase it. And you can see it is bought off the marketplace because it was just purchased by us. If we click our little profile here, we can view our packs, which will load the packs that we own. So right here, we have my packs. We own 19 in this wallet. Pack 2, we own 22 right now. But we can also check out my cards, which will be the trading cards that we own. So we can see what cards, the quantity that we own of each one. We can also list them. So let's just say we want to list this card for sale. We can click on sell card. It'll bring us to a listing here. So we can choose the start date, the end date for the listing. We can choose the price. We'll just say 0.01. We can list it for sale. You can see here, we just need to approve the transaction to list it. And once listed, it brings us to our marketplace page, and we should see our listing pop up right here. We can also check out our packs again, and we can open these packs. So this first pack here has 4 cards in it. So if we hit open pack, we can confirm that transaction, and it'll display to us right down here what we got within the contents of this pack. So you can see right here, quantity is now 18 because we opened one of our packs. And within the pack, these are the cards that we got. Pack 2 only has rare cards in it, so we can open one of those packs, confirm the transaction. And this is only going to give us 1 card, but we'll open that, see what we get. And right here, it looks like this is the rare card that we got within our pack. And there you have it. That's just a quick demo of what we're going to be building. So again, we're going to create a few contracts that we need to create our application first. Then we'll dive into creating our NFT packs and creating our application to buy and sell packs and these trading card NFTs. So without wasting any more time, let's jump into it. So first thing we are going to do here is we're going to head on over to thirdweb.com. Over here, you can connect your wallet to the dashboard. So we'll connect our wallet here. And the first contract that we're going to create is going to be our card NFTs. So we need to create the NFTs that are going to be our cards that are going to be within our Pack NFTs for our application. So we're going to go to Browse Contracts here. And I'm going to scroll down to this NFT section, and we're going to deploy an addition contract. An addition contract is an ERC 1155 contract. So what this is going to be is semi-fungible tokens. So we can have one NFT card, but have multiple owners of that one NFT card. And this is perfect for trading cards because we can have one card NFT, but we can have, let's say, 5, 10, 15, 20 owners or tokens of that specific NFT. So this is what we're going to use to create our NFT cards. We're going to come up to the top right here and hit deploy now. You can name your contract. So we named our cards creatures. We'll just make that the same for our symbol here. You can add a description, image for your contract as well. You can set royalties. So you can set royalties if you want those royalties to be earned on secondary sales. You can also set the wallet addresses that the platform fees and everything will go to, as well as the primary sell recipient. And down here in the network or chains, we're going to use Mumbai just for this tutorial here. But in this drop down here, you can select any EVM compatible blockchain. We support mainnets, testnets. You can just search for the chain that you're looking for right over here, or you can add your own custom network if you choose to do so. But again, we're going to use Mumbai for this tutorial. I'm going to select deploy now, and we're going to confirm that transaction. We're going to just sign this to add it to our dashboard, and we're brought to our contract dashboard. Now this is where we're going to create the NFTs. So in the left-hand navigation under the extension section, you're going to head over to NFTs. And this is where we can mint our NFTs. So if you click on mint, you can put the name, the image description, and the supply of your NFT. Now, because we're doing trading cards, and we're going to create packs. So in this tutorial, each pack is going to contain 5 cards. So we also want to make sure that we have the correct amount of NFT cards that are going to go into each pack. So we're creating 2 different packs, and each one of those are going to have a set of cards within them. So the first pack, again, each one is going to have 5 NFTs. So we also want to make sure that the number of NFTs that we have that go into the packs are divisible by 5. And this is just to make sure that the NFTs will fit into the packs perfectly. So depending on how you want to arrange your packs, in this example, I'm going to have 3 different versions of the cards. So we have a common, a rare, and then a ultra rare version of the card. And for this example, we're going to be doing about 25 commons, 10 rares, and 3 ultra rares of the card. And those are going to go into the packs and be randomly put into them. So for this one, we'll just do an example. Let's just say card 01, and this is going to be our common card. And again, the supply, I'm going to put it as 25 for the common card. You put in your description, your properties, your traits, and we're going to mint this NFT. I'm going to confirm that transaction to mint them. And you can see I now have my card NFT minted right over here. So you can do that for all the cards within your collection that you're going to put into your packs. Now, I have a bunch of cards that I'm going to mint. So I already pre-minted a contract with all of them. So this is them right here. You can see we have the common, the rare, and the ultra rare. Commons, we have 27 of these fire hamsters. For the rares, there are 10, and for the ultra rares, there are 3. And then we have the same thing for all these different cards. So each one has a common, rare, and ultra rare. And of course, the lower supply for the rare and ultra rare versions of them. And you can do this again for whatever cards are going to be within your packs, or whatever NFTs are going to be within your packs. You can create them in here. And when we create our packs, we're going to specify how much cards go into each pack and how much cards or NFTs are available to go into them. So again, this is just going to be the pre-deployed contract and minted NFTs that I'm going to use in this tutorial because this took quite some time to upload and mint all these NFTs. Okay, but now that we have our contract with all of our cards, the next contract we need to deploy is going to be our pack contract. Now I'm going to come over to storage here first. And what I'm going to do is upload an image of our Pack NFT. And what I'm going to do is upload an image of our Pack NFT to IPFS. And this is what we're going to use as the image for our NFT. So I do have an image here that I'm going to use. So we're just going to drag it in there. We can see that that's the image. It's just a blank mock-up of a trading card pack. And we're going to hit start upload. And now once it's been uploaded, you're going to have an IPFS hash here. You can copy that. That is what we're going to use on the side for our image for our Pack NFT. Now we're going to come back to our home tab. We're going to browse contracts. Now we're going to deploy our pack contract. So under the NFT section here, you'll find the pack contract. We'll select that and deploy now. Again, this is going to be our creatures and this is going to be our packs. We can just name this packs here. We can put in an image if we want. So we can just take that same card image and put it right in there. You can add a description. And again, you can set your royalties and everything. Now for network and chains, we're deploying this on the same chain that we deployed our card NFTs to, which is the Mumbai testnet. We're going to hit deploy now, and we're going to confirm our transaction and sign to add to our dashboard. And now once that has been deployed, we're going to need this contract address for when we write our script to bundle our packs. So again, we have our pack contract, we have our NFT trading card contracts. We're going to create one more contract. So I'm going to open another tab here and we're going to deploy a contract. And we're going to deploy our marketplace contract. And this is so, again, our users can buy and sell NFTs. So under the marketplace section here, we have our marketplace contract. Select that, deploy now. We'll just call this creatures and then marketplace. And then we'll just have, I'll just say market. And again, you can set everything for your contract here. Network and chain should be the same. And we're going to deploy now. We'll confirm that transaction and we'll sign to add this to our dashboard. And once that is deployed, we now have our marketplace contract that we can use for our application for, again, users to buy and sell their trading card NFTs. So we now have our NFT trading cards contract, we have our pack contract, and we have our marketplace contract. And those are going to be the three contracts that we are going to use for our app. Now we need to create our app and we need to bundle our NFT packs. So we're going to open up a terminal here. So in my terminal here, we're going to create our application using ThirdWeb. So I'm going to run npx thirdweb at latest create app. This is going to give us some boilerplate code for our Web3 application. So if we run that, we can name our project here. I'm going to name this creature cards. We are using EVM because we did deploy this on the Mumbai testnet. For this application, I'm going to use Next and TypeScript. And once that is finished, we can just change into our creatures cards here. And we can open that up in our code editor. Now in our code editor here, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a script to bundle our packs together and create our pack NFTs. So in our root directory here, we're just going to create a new folder. We'll call it scripts. And within that scripts folder, we're going to create a new file and we'll just call this bundle pack.mjs, right? And within that bundle pack file, we're going to create this script that is going to create these pack NFTs for us. And we're going to tell what cards and how much reward should be within each pack. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to import the ThirdWeb SDK from ThirdWeb SDK. And we're going to write our script here. So I'm going to do an async function here. And within this script here, we're first going to get our SDK. So we're going to do SDK, and this is going to equal our ThirdWeb SDK. And then we're going to do that from private key. Now in here, we're going to have to get our private key, and we'll go over that in just a bit. And we're going to specify what chain this is on. So for our case, we're doing Mumbai. Now our private key, we don't want to just copy and paste it directly into our code, although you can. If you do want to securely store your private key, we'll drop a link down in the description that goes over how you can do that. For this tutorial and example, we're just going to come into our directory here. We're going to create a new file, a .env file that is going to store our private key. So we're just going to create our private key right here. And your private key is going to be a string that it kind of looks like it'll be like a bunch of letters and numbers, something like that. If you don't know how to get your private key, we'll drop a link down in the description. Depending on the wallet that you're using, it may vary. So you can also search how to get your private key for the specific wallet that you're using. But you can go ahead and paste in your private key there. I'm going to do mine, but I'm of course not going to put it on this video. So once you have your private key in your .env file, we can get it from there. We're first going to import .env from .env, and we're going to run .env.config. And in here, we can do process, I can spell right, process .env. And then we can do our private key. And that will just pass through our private key from our .env file. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our pack contract address and our card contract address. So we're going to do our pack address first. We'll get that from our dashboard. And we're also going to get our card address. So the cards that are going to go within our packs. Now, if you come back to your third web dashboards here, for your pack address at the top of the contract dashboard, you can just copy those contract addresses and paste it into your code editor. So we have our pack address, and we also have our card address here. And once you have those addresses, next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our pack and card contracts. So we're going to call this one pack for our pack contract. And we are going to, from SDK, we're going to do the get contract hook here. And we're going to get the contract for our pack address. And we can specify that this is a Pack NFT contract. We're going to do the same thing for our card here. So we'll do card, and this is going to get our contract using our card address. And this is not a card, but an addition contract. Next, we are going to have to set approval for our pack address to have approval on our card contract, because our pack address needs to have approval to our card NFTs to distribute them to whoever opens the packs. So we're going to await here, and we are awaiting the card contract. We are going to check and set approval for all, and we are setting approval for the pack address to true. And once that has been set, we'll just say approved contract. And we'll just console log that so that we know where throughout our code we are when we run the script. Next thing we're going to do is set our pack image here. And our pack image is going to equal the IPFS hash that we got when we uploaded our pack image to storage. So we're just going to paste that in right there. And then here we'll console log that it is creating our pack. Next, we are going to create our packs. So we're just going to create packs. And when we create our packs, we are going to await, and on our pack contract, we are going to create our packs. And for our packs, we're going to have to specify what rewards are going to be within our packs, or what NFTs are going to be within them. First, we'll set up the metadata of our pack NFT. So this is going to be the pack metadata. And now the pack metadata, we do need to give it a name. So we can name our pack here. We'll name it pack 1. We do need to also add a description here. And then we'll say this is a pack. We also need to add our image, which is going to be our pack image. So this is what the NFT is going to look like. So the NFT name is going to be pack 1, description saying this is a pack, and the image of the NFT will be the pack image that we uploaded to storage earlier. We need to specify what rewards are going to be within the pack that we create. Now, you have to specify the type of reward that is going to be in the pack. So you can do ERC 1155 rewards, which is what we did for our card NFTs. But within the packs, you can also do ERC 20 and ERC 721 rewards. And you can have a mixture of these within the packs as well. So in this example, because we're just doing trading cards, we're doing only 1155 rewards. But if you're doing like a loot box or you're doing like a giveaway package or something, you can also put in ERC 721 NFTs as well as ERC 20 tokens as well if you wanted to distribute those within your packs. But we're doing only 1155s here. So within this rewards, we're going to set each NFT and how much of that NFT is going to be inside of our packs. So I'm going to come back to our pack card contract, and in our card contract, we're only putting the first 7 cards. So 7 cards with the common, rare, and ultra rare. So this is 1 right here. These first 3 is 1, 2, 3, and so forth. And what I need to do is specify the token ID and how much of that token ID we're going to do. So again, we're making 2 packs. So the first half of cards are going to be in pack 1. The second half of cards are going to be in pack 2. But coming back to our code editor here, so we're going to create the first pack first. And first thing we need to do is for each item or reward in our pack, we need to specify the contract address. So in this case, it is our card contract. So we're going to do the card NFT. We need to also specify the token ID. So we're going to do this for token ID 0 first, which is our first NFT. We need to then specify the quantity per reward. So each pack is going to have a number of rewards, and we want to put in how much rewards are going to be of this NFT in a pack. So we're only putting 1 NFT. So 1 NFT or trading card equals 1 reward. And then we have to put in the total rewards that are available for this specific token. So if I come back to our cards contract here, we can see we have a total supply of 27. So I'm setting this total rewards to 27. And each one of these rewards will be 1 per reward. So again, this is for token ID 0. We're setting the total rewards to 27. So again, it's for this specific card right here with the supply at 27. Now we're going to do this for each one of the tokens that are going to be within our first pack here. So for the second one, I'm going to do token ID 1. We can leave the quantity per reward the same, but this one, because it is a rare card, only has 10. And again, we can do the same thing for all of them. So I'm going to go 2. This is an ultra rare one, so there should only be 3 total rewards. So I'm going to go through the rest of the tokens here, and we'll come back right after that. Okay, so I just finished doing this for all of our NFT cards that are going to be within our packs. You can see here that I did the first 20 tokens of our NFT card contract, and these are going to be distributed into our packs. So after you finish doing the rewards, you then have to set the rewards per pack. Now, each one of these packs that we're creating is going to have 5 NFT cards within each one. So when someone opens a pack, they will earn randomly 5 of these card NFTs from our card contract. And once that is done, we'll just console log that the packs were created. So once that's done, we'll just open our terminal here, and we're going to run a node, and we're going to go into the file directory to run our bundlepack.mjs file here. Now, once we run this, it's going to create and bundle our packs for us. You can see contract was approved. It was creating the packs, and the packs have now been created. So coming back to our pack contract here, if we give it just a bit, we should see the events and everything happen and update, and we should see our pack NFT appear here in our NFTs. So you can see here, we now have our first pack that appeared. So under NFTs here, We have pack 01, which was the name that we gave it. We have our image, and we have this is a pack, which was the description we put. With our NFT cards, with 5 going into each pack, we were able to create 54 packs of pack number 1. Now again, we are creating 2 packs for this tutorial, so I'm going to do the same thing with the second half of the NFT card. So if I come back up to this pack metadata part, I'm going to change this to number 2, and then I'm just going to say this is another pack. We're going to keep the same pack image, but if you needed a different pack image, you can just upload that image to storage, change out the IPF hash here for a pack image, and then we need to update these rewards for our NFT cards here. So this next one only has 6 cards, so I'm just going to get rid of this first part here, and this is going to start off from NFT token 21. So again, I will go through this really quick again, and then we'll run this to create our second pack. All right, so I updated this for the second half of the cards, and what I'm going to do now is, again, we're doing 5 rewards per pack again. I'm going to come here and run our node.script/bundlepack.mjs, and we're going to create our second pack. So we'll run this again. Again, approved contract, it created the packs, and shortly we should see the second pack appear in our pack contract dashboard. And there you go, we now have pack number 2. This is another pack as our description. With that pack, we were able to create 46 with the second half of the cards within those packs. And again, we just kept the pack image the same, but feel free to change your pack image. You can just upload a different file into storage, grab that IPFS hash, and use that as the image instead when you create your packs. So there you go. We now have all of our smart contract and NFT stuff ready and prepped for our trading card application. Now we just need to build our application so that we can sell these packs and our users can buy and sell the card NFTs within these packs. Coming back to our code editor here, I'm going to close this file, close the terminal here. We're going to come over to our pages folder here. We're first going to go into our underscore app.tsx file, and we're going to set our active chain to Mumbai. We are using Mumbai for our applications. That's the chain that we deployed to. You'll change this to whatever chain you deployed your smart contracts to. So we'll set that. We'll come back to our files here. We'll create a new folder here where we'll store our constants or our addresses. So within that folder, we'll create a new folder called addresses.ts. This is where we're going to store all of our contract addresses that we're going to be using. So we have our pack address, our card address, and our marketplace address. So I'm going to grab those really quick. We have our pack address, card address, and our marketplace address. And we're going to save that. So let's run our app here. I'm just going to do yarn dev. We'll have some templated code here that comes when you create an app with Third Web. So you can see this is our boilerplate code here, but we're going to get rid of this stuff. If we take a look at our app that we're going to build, so if we take a look at the app that we're going to build, we'll first start with the homepage. We'll create the Navbar first, which has our title, shop and marketplace links, and a login button or a connect wallet button that allows us to connect our wallet. So coming back to our code editor here, in our files here, let's close this. We're going to create another folder, and we're going to call this folder components. And we're going to create a new file within that called Navbar, which will be our Navbar for our application. I'm going to just import a few things that we're going to use for this Navbar. From Third Web, we're going to use our Connect Wallet UI button. We're going to use the use address and use disconnect hooks to get our wallet address and to disconnect our wallet from our application. We'll also be getting some CSS styling from our style sheet. Now, I did have some pre-made styles for this application. I'm not going to go over it just because I don't want to take too much time. But if you do want to follow along, the link for this repo will be down in the description with all of the CSS code in there as well. And then we'll also be using links for linking to our different pages and a use state from React. So let's create our navbar here. And in this navbar, let's We'll create a div here. Now, in the navbar, we're going to get the address of our connected wallet. So we're going to check if a wallet's connected, then we can store that address into an address variable here. We can also use this to check if a wallet is or isn't connected, because if we don't have anything in address, then we know that a wallet isn't connected. We're also going to use our use disconnect because we're going to have a log out button. So if we come look at our demo here, when someone connects a wallet, we're not going to show the wallet button. We're going to show a little avatar icon with a drop down where they can view their packs and card. And this log out button is going to allow them to disconnect or log out of the application. And that's what this disconnect is going to be right here for. We're also going to create a state here where if profile is open or profile is closed, and this is to set that little drop down that will have an option for a user to view their packs and cards. So in our navbar here, I'm going to give this a class name here of container, and in here we're going to create our navbar. So we have here another div that's going to be for our navbar. We're first going to create a link here. This is going to just be our home link that shows our title of our app, which is just going to be creatures, because that's what we're calling our cards. And again, that's just going to link us back to our home page if someone clicks on it. Next, we're going to create a div here that is going to have the class name here of nav links. And this is going to be for our shop and marketplace links that are going to take us to the shop and marketplace pages in our app. So again, we're going to create those pages in a bit, but those are going to link to shop and marketplace. And then down here, we're going to create another div here that is going to be our connect wallet or login button and have our avatar and drop down for if there is a user that is logged in. So we'll first check if there is an address, because if we do have an address, that means we have a wallet connected. And if there is an address, what we're going to do is, actually we'll check no address first. If there isn't an address, we're going to show the connect wallet button. And for our connect wallet button, we're going to change the theme a little. We're going to change the button title to login. So it says login instead of connect wallet. We're going to change the theme to light, and we're going to give this a class name of connect wallet button. And if there is a wallet connected, which means we do have an address, we're going to create a div here, and we're going to give it a little avatar image that I'm going to get here. So we're just going to get a little avatar image and set the class name to avatar. And on this div, we're just going to add a on click function here, and if someone does click on this avatar, it will toggle our drop down. So we can put on click, we will set is profile drop down to we put is profile open, and on click we're just going to set profile open to the reverse of whatever it was set to. Now we'll create that little drop down section. So if the profile is open, if the dropdown is open, we're going to display our little dropdown. So we'll create a div here. We'll add a link because the link is going to take us to our my packs page, or it'll take us to a my cards page. So we'll say my packs, and then we'll also have a link that takes us to my cards. And we're going to give this class name here for our styling, which is going to be styles.profile. And within that, we also need to add in our log out button. So we're going to create a button here that says log out, and that button is going to have an on click, and that on click is just going to run our disconnect wallet. Now we're going to create this disconnect wallet function. We're not going to just run this disconnect. So we're just going to do function disconnect wallet, but we're going to run disconnect, and we're also going to set the profile state to false. So if someone logs out, it closes out that menu as well. So once that's saved, that's pretty much it for our navbar. Now we need to add this into our underscore app.tsx file. We're going to add this right above our components so that it's on every page here. Once we save that, we can come back to our app here. And you can see right over here at the very top, we have our navbar. So we have creatures, we have shop marketplace, and we have our little avatar with our drop down where we can view packs. We can log out and disconnect our wallet from our application. But coming back here, I'm actually going to come into our global CSS here. Background color, I'm just going to change this to white. Close that out. And there we go. So next, I'm going to get rid of this templated code here, and we're going to create kind of our little hero page or hero section that has our shop packs button here. So I'm going to come back to our code editor. I'm going to head over to the index.tsx file, and I'm going to remove everything within this container tag. We'll keep the container div here, but we'll get rid of everything else. We'll get rid of the connect wallet button because we don't need that for our homepage. So in here, we're just going to create a simple landing page. And our hero page is also going to be a flex so that we have our content on the left and right here. So within that, I'm going to create two divs. Our hero section here is going to be our left-hand side. And then I just have an empty div down here to fill up the right side of our hero section. And within the left-hand side, we're just going to put a title, a little description, and then we're going to have a button that says shop packs. And all that button is going to do is navigate us to our shop page, which we'll create in a bit. So coming back to our app here, you can see that this div here has a background image and a gradient. So that's what this image is. And then we have our contents right here. When you hit shop packs, it's going to bring you to our shop page. But again, we don't have that page set up just yet. But with that being said, that is the page that we will create next. So coming back to our code editor here, in my pages folder, I'm going to create a new file called shop.tsx, which is going to be our shop page. And for our shop page, we are going to import, again, a few things from Third Web. We're going to use contract and use direct listings because what we're going to do is list our packs for sale on our marketplace contract, but only display the packs for sale in our shop section. We'll go a little bit over that when we start creating the page, but we're also going to need the pack and marketplace addresses from our addresses folder. We got our styles, and we're going to create a Pack NFT card component, which will be what displays our Pack NFTs. So we're going to create our shop page. Now, the first thing we are going to do is get our contracts. So we're going to, in here, get our contract. The first contract we're going to get is marketplace, is our marketplace. So we'll just say, we'll name this marketplace. We're going to use our use contract hook, which is going to take our marketplace address. And we can specify that this is a marketplace v3 contract. Next thing we're going to do is get our listings. So in here, we're going to get our direct listings for our packs. We'll also do is loading. And what we can do is check the loading state of our listings here. Direct listings are loading, and then we'll use direct listings, and we'll specify that it's checking the listings on our marketplace contract that we specified up here. Now with the use direct listings, we can specify what contract we are using, which is our marketplace contract, but we can add some filters. And in this case, the filter that we're going to use is our token contract, and this is only going to filter out and show our listings from whichever contract address we put here. Because our pack contracts are different from our card contracts, we're only going to show our pack contract listings here. So even though we have cards listed on our marketplace, within this page, it's only going to show us packs that are listed on the marketplace here. And then for this page, we're just going to set our container here. We'll give it a header. We'll call this shop packs. And then for this page, let's check out our demo one here. If we go to shop, again, it's going to load the packs that are going to show up here. So it's going to show the packs that are available for sale. So what we're going to do is create this grid that is going to display these packs for us. So coming back here, we're going to create a div here. We're going to use class name, and we're going to set this one to grid. And within that grid, we're going to make sure that our loading direct listings is finished and that we have loaded our direct listings. And if we finished loading our direct listings, we're going to map through our listings. If not, we'll just display some loading text. But again, if they are finished loading here, we're going to get our direct listings and we are going to map through those listings. For each one, we are getting a listing and index. And for each one of those listings that we have within our pack listings, we are going to create a Pack NFT card, which we haven't created just yet, but we'll do that right now. So in our components here, we're going to create a new file called packnft.tsx. And this is going to be for our Pack NFTs. So we're going to create that little card that displays our packs for sale. So again, we're going to import our contract addresses for our marketplace and pack. We're going to use a few things from Third Web, like media renderer for rendering out our images, a Web3 button, use address, use contract, use direct listings, and use NFT hook here. So for this component here, we're going to create some props here. And for our props here, all we need is the token ID. So that we know what image and information to display for the card. So we'll create this component here. Create a div there. We do need to get a few things first. We'll first check if there is a wallet connected to our application. We'll also get our marketplace contract. So we'll get our marketplace contract using the use contract hook again, specifying our marketplace address, and we can specify that it is a marketplace v3 contract. We'll also get our pack contract using the same thing. Using our use contract hook, we'll use the pack address. It's actually an addition contract. And then we want to get the information for the NFT to display on our NFT card. So we can use so what we're going to do is we're going to use the use NFT hook here, and we're going to specify we're going to use the NFT from the pack contract, which is the contract that we just got up here. And we'll specify the token ID. So whichever token ID we pass through for this Pack NFT card, we'll get the information for that NFT, and we'll store this under Pack NFT. And then we can check is loading, and we'll just say loading Pack NFT. And we'll check is loading, and we'll just store that under loading NFT to make sure that we have that data before we start displaying it. Then we also want to get the pack listings. So we're going to create our data here. We're going to call this pack listings. And then we'll check loading pack listings. And this is going to use our use direct listings hook here. And again, we can check the listings on marketplace, and we'll filter those out to the pack address listings. So in our pack, so we're going to check and make sure that our NFT and our pack listings have loaded. If they haven't, we'll just show some loading text. But if they have, we're going to create what our display should look like. So we'll create a div here. We'll use the media renderer component from third web. We'll set the source to the pack nft.metadata.image. We'll set the width here to 80%, and we'll set the height to 100%. Well, actually, this div here, we will give this a class name of styles.shopPack. We'll wrap this in the div here. And then below this, we'll create another div. Give this a class name of styles.packinfo. And we'll display the image. Basically, this is going to be the shop pack div is going to be a flex. We're displaying the image on the left, and we're displaying this pack info on the right. So we'll create a header 3. We'll get the name of the pack. So we use pack.metadata.name to get the name of it. We'll get the cost of the pack. So we'll put cost, and this is going to be from the pack listings. And we're going to check the props.token ID, and we're going to get the currency value per token. And then we're going to get the display value. And the display value, it's just getting the listing price, but giving us a string or display value instead. And then after that, we can add a space here, and we can also get the pack listings, props, token ID. There is a currency value per token, but we can get the symbol. So we'll get the display the value of the listed price here in the display value, so a string, and then we'll at the end of that get the symbol of whatever currency it is listed in. In our case, that's Matic. Below that, we will get to the supply, and we can get the supply from, again, pack listings, the props token ID, and we can check the quantity. And that's going to give us the quantity of the packs that are available to purchase. And then finally, below that, we're going to check if there is an address connected to our application, because what we don't want to show is, or actually, we'll do this first. If we just do a Web3 button, and this Web3 button is going to be called buy pack, and this Web3 button is going to allow us to buy a pack. We'll set the contract address to our marketplace contract, and the action will be it's going to we're going to create a buy pack. But the reason we want to check if there is an address connected, because if we get this pack NFT here, make sure that it is in our we'll set the key to index, and we'll set token ID to listing listing.token ID. If we come back to our application, you can see that we see the packs here. That's not the right one. We'll come to shop page. You can see it's loading, and we actually don't have a pack listed. So let us come to our marketplace app here. We're going to go to direct listings, and we're going to create a direct listing right here through our dashboard. So I'm going to create a direct listing. We're going to find our, that's pack 02. We're going to find pack 1. So we're going to find pack 1. We had 54 of these packs, and we're going to list them for 0.01 Matic. So we're going to create this direct listing here just through our dashboard. We will approve here for the listing, and we'll confirm to add that listing to our marketplace. Okay, so we now have that listing there. So we come back to our application, we go to our shop page here. It should show us our pack number 1. We have the cost, which is 0.01 Matic, and then we have a supply of 54. Now, the reason we wanted to check if a wallet was connected, because if a wallet is disconnected, it shows this connect wallet button here, which, we can connect a wallet, and then the Web3 button will display, but we want people to use this login when we don't want to have these multiple logins. So if a wallet isn't connected, we'll show some text that will have the user login up here instead. So coming back to our Pack NFT here, we're going to check and make sure that there is a wallet that is connected. If there is no wallet connected, we'll just say please connect. Actually, that's a bit long. We'll just say login to buy. And if there is a wallet connected, then we can show our Web3 button here, just like that. So coming back to our app, now it says login to buy. And let me change this font color really quick. That way it's a bit easier for us to see. There we go. So if a wallet isn't connected, it'll just say login to buy. So if someone logs in, then they'll have the Web3 button to buy a pack. But this Web3 button, we do need to say set its action to buy a pack. So we're going to create our own function called buy pack. And we're going to create that function right now. So up here, we'll create an async function called buy pack. And in that function, we're going to just set a let transaction result, create that variable. And what we're going to do is we're going to check if pack listings token ID dot props dot token ID. So we're going to check to make sure that the pack listing with the ID that we pass has a listing. We'll get the transaction result here. And what we're going to do if there is a listing on our marketplace contract, we are going to get the direct listing and we are going to buy the listing. So we'll do direct listings, and then with that we can run the buy from listing. And from the buy from listing, we need to specify the listing ID that we are going to buy and the quantity that we are going to buy. So we're going to get the pack listings and then props dot token ID dot ID. That is the listing that we're going to buy, and we're only going to purchase one. So when you click buy pack, you're only going to purchase one of those packs. Down here, we'll just go else, and we will just throw an error if this doesn't have a listing for the pack. And after that, we will return our result. So again, this is just going to check if there is a listing for the pack, and we're going to buy that listing, and we'll specify the listing depending on the ID that is passed through. And then we're only going to buy one pack per button that is pushed for purchasing the pack. And that is what our Web3 button is going to do. So coming back to our app here, when we hit this buy pack, we can test it out here. It'll bring up a transaction. You can see we're going to get charged the 0.01 Matic, which is how much the pack cost. And then we can confirm that transaction to purchase one, but we're not going to buy one right now. So next thing, let's actually list our second pack here. So our second pack has 46. So coming to our marketplace here, we can create another listing. We'll list pack number 2. This one will be 0.01 as well. And we have 46 of this one. So we create that direct listing and we'll confirm that. All right, and we now have both our packs listed on our marketplace. So coming back to our application here, we should now see both packs available for sale. And you can, again, buy pack 1 or buy pack 2. Each cost 0.01 Matic. And we have 54 packs here and 46 supply left of packs there. Next thing we're going to do is create our pages for our packs and cards so we can view what packs and what cards we own in the wallet that we have logged in. So I'm actually going to log out. I'm going to connect with another wallet here and I'm going to log back in. So what I'm going to do with this wallet is I'm going to purchase a couple packs. So I'm going to buy one pack 1 and one pack 2. That way, when we create our pack page, we can view the packs that we own. So I'm going to buy one of these packs here, and I'm going to buy one of these packs here. So one of pack 1 and one of pack 2. All right. And again, coming back to our demo one here, we're going to create this My Packs page. So you'll be able to view the packs that you have, and you'll be able to open those packs, and then it'll display the cards that you got within the pack that you opened. So again, we're going to come back to our code editor here. We're going to, under our pages folder, we're going to create a new file called mypacks.tsx. And in there, we're going to import a few things that we're going to be using. Again, some stuff from Third Web, our styles, our pack address, use state from React. And then we're also going to be importing pack rewards from our Third Web Dev SDK schema of what the pack rewards look like. And then we're going to create a component that displays the rewards that you got in a pack when you open them. So here we're going to create our packs page. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the address of the wallet connected so that we only display the packs that that connected wallet owns. We're going to get our contract here, which is going to be our pack contract, using our use contract here, again, passing our pack address and specifying that it's an addition contract. We'll then get the data, and is loading. We're going to get the data of the owned NFTs. So we're going to use the use own NFTs hook. We're checking the pack contract that we specified up here, and we're checking it for the address that is connected. So what this is going to do is give us back the data of the NFTs that are owned by the connected wallet from the pack address. So if we own any packs, this will give us that information. So in our pack page here, we're going to give this div here a class name of styles.container. We'll set each one of my packs. And then we're going to create a grid here of the packs that we own. So if we do own some packs, we'll display them, and we'll just show loading text while that's loading. So again, we're going to map through the packs that we own. And for each pack that we own, we'll give this a class name here, or NFT card. And then we're going to use the Third Web NFT media. This is going to get the metadata from our pack. So it'll display our image of our pack here. And then below that, we'll create another div here that has a class of my card info. This is going to show a name of the pack, which we're going to get from pack.metadata.name. We'll also display the quantity. So we'll do quantity, and the quantity we can get from pack.quantityOwned. And then below that, so if we save that right here, we can check, we can now come over to my packs. It'll show that we own one pack 1 and one pack 2. You can see the quantities right here. But we need to add a Web3 button that will allow us to open those packs. So below our div here, we'll add a Web3 button that says open pack. And this Web3 button, the contract address for open will be the pack address. The action, we are going to create a function to open these packs. We'll just say, call it open pack. And we'll need to know what ID. So we'll do pack.metadata.id. And then we're also going to give this a class name of styles.sailButton. So we're going to create that open pack function right now. And what this open pack function is going to do is open our pack, but it's also going to get our information of what rewards we got from the pack. And then we're going to display that information below our packs down here. So what we're going to do is create a state variable for our pack rewards. So we'll set open pack rewards and set open pack rewards. We're going to use state and set, and then we'll use state and we'll set that to our pack rewards. So we'll create that async function called open pack, which is going to take our pack ID that we are opening. So we're going to set the card rewards here. So whatever we get from opening our pack, we'll store that into card rewards. So we're going to await. So we're going to wait, and on our pack contract, we're going to open our pack, and we are going to get. We're going to get our pack ID as an integer here. We'll do that. Our pack address is. Oh, we don't need to specify that as an addition here. It is a pack. There we go. So we'll get the open function here, so we can open our pack, and you can see here we'll get back our ERC20 rewards, ERC721 or ERC1155 rewards, and then we can display those rewards that we get from the pack. So again, these rewards are going to be stored in our cards rewards here, and then we can display them. So with that being open, once we get back the rewards, we can set the open pack rewards to whatever rewards we got inside of the pack when it was opened. So down here, we're going to check open pack rewards, and we're also going to check that open pack rewards. And because this only has ERC 1155 rewards, we can just check that ERC 1155, there is some type of length in there. And if there is rewards in there, that means we can display those rewards. And what we're going to do is display a div here with a class name here of styles.container. And in that, we're going to give a header of pack rewards. And then we'll display those pack rewards here. We'll do class name styles.grid. We'll display it in a grid. And we're going to get the open pack rewards, the ERC 1155 rewards, because that's all we're going to have in this pack opening. And we're going to map through all of those rewards. And then for each reward, we're going to create a pack reward component that we are going to create right now. So each one of those is going to display one of those cards that we create. So in our components here, we're going to create a new file, and we're going to call this pack reward card.tsx. And for that pack reward card, we'll import a few things that we are going to need to build this component. We're going to set our props for our component here. We are going to get the reward, and in the reward, there is a token ID, which can be a string or a number or big int or big number. Then we have our contract address, which is a string. And then we have a quantity per reward, which is a string number, a big int. And then for each reward, we are going to create the card and then display the NFT that was the reward. So we first need to get the contract for our pack, just a contract here. So using the use contract, we know we're getting our card address, which is an addition NFT. Then we are going to get the data of the NFT. So we're going to use NFT, and then we are going to specify the contract. So we're going to get the token ID of the reward. And using that token ID of the reward, we can check on our contract and display that NFT in the card that we are going to create. So the card is going to show a div with a class name of container here, of actually NFT card. And we're going to check the data of our NFT. So once we get that data back of what NFT we are showing, we are going to show the image of our NFT, which will be set to the metadata of our NFT. So data.metadata will set the height to 200 pixels and the width to 200 pixels. And then we'll display the name. So we'll just, as a header 3 here, we'll display the name of that NFT. So we're just going to display the image and the name of the NFT right over there. So back in my packs here, we need to specify here we'll put a key, which will be the index of our mapping, and the reward will be set to the reward that we get back. So again, when we open a pack, when we open a pack, we're getting back, where is it? Right here. We're getting back this ERC 1155 rewards. We're storing that into our card rewards and setting our state to whatever rewards are within that. And down here, if there are some rewards from opening a pack, we're going to map through those rewards, display each reward here in our pack reward card, which will show the card that we have. And did I name this something else? Pack reward card. We'll just import this. So coming back to our app here, I can now open one of these packs. What do we get? Pack open is not a function. So we come back here, we do pack.open, and we just need to turn our string into an integer here. So we save that. We have our pack open, and let's just refresh this page really quick. So if we open one of our pack ones here, there we go. We get a transaction to open a pack, so we can confirm. And once that pack opens, we should see our rewards displayed down here in the bottom of our page, which we got another error here. Transaction failed. Oh, we didn't specify how much packs we're opening. So after we open, needs to know what pack we're opening and then how much of that pack we're opening. So now that that is set, let's refresh one more time here. And we can open our pack, confirm our transaction here, and that should work. And there you go. Once it opens, it shows our pack rewards. So it looks like we got 4 commons and 1 rare card within that pack. And now that we have some cards, we can now work on our cards page and display the cards that we own. So coming back to our code editor here, we'll create a new page in Pages called mycards.tsx. And we're going to just import a few things that we're going to use from Third Web, our styles, our card contract address, use state from React, our NFT type, and then we're going to create a listing info component here so that we can list the cards that we own for sale in our marketplace. But here, let's create our cards page. And what we're going to do for our cards page is first get our wallet address that is connected to our app. So we only display the cards that are owned by the connected wallet. We'll then get our contract for our cards using our use contract hook here. Again, using our card address, and we can set that it is an addition contract. We're also going to get our NFTs that we own here. So we're going to use the use owned NFTs hook again. We're going to use the card contract that we're checking here, and the wallet address is the wallet connected. So we're going to check the card NFTs that the wallet owns. And in our page here, we'll create our div, which will be our container. We'll create a title that says my cards. We're going to create a grid here. And what we're going to do is we're also going to create a state variable here for if a NFT is selected or not. And what this is going to do is if an NFT is selected, it means that we're going to list it for sale, and we'll show a card that has the information to list the NFT. And if one isn't selected, then we'll just show all of the NFTs that is owned by the wallet. So we're going to check to see if there is no selected NFT. Then we're going to check if the NFTs have loaded. So we'll do loading card contract and loading the NFTs. So then we're going to have a list of the NFTs that are owned by the wallet. We're going to map through each one here. And for each one of the NFTs, we're going to create a little card here. So we'll just give this class name, and we'll give it the style for an NFT card. We'll also give it a key of the index here. We're going to display the image of the card. So we'll set that to the nft.metadata. We're going to display the name here, but we'll give this div the styles of my card info. And we're going to display the name of the card, and we'll also display the quantity that is owned, because a user can own more than one of the cards, but because they are ERC 1155s, they're not going to show up as different NFTs. You're just going to own a quantity more of the NFT. And then below that, we'll add a button that has the styling of sale button, and when you click on it, it's going to set the selected NFT to the NFT information of the NFT that it was clicked on. And then we're just going to say, call the button sell card. And then if we haven't loaded the NFTs yet, we'll just show is loading. Now down here, if an NFT is selected, we're going to display a card that has some information for a user to list that NFT for sale. So we're going to create a div here, give this a class name of styles.sell card button. And in here, we're going to have first a button that says back, that will, when click, set the selected NFT to undefined and bring us back to the grid showing us our owned cards. We'll also have it display the image of the card. So we'll have the selected NFT.metadata. That way it has the image of the selected NFT that we have, and it will set our card image to that. And then again, this sell card is a flex. So this is going to be shown on the left-hand side of our card. And then on the right-hand side of our card, we're going to create a list card for sale. And we're going to create a listing info component right here that we're going to create. So coming back to our files here under component, we're going to create a new file, and we're going to call this listing info.tsx. And in that listing info, we're going to create, if we come back here to our demo app, what we're going to be creating is, let me load our cards, this card image and this section here, which will allow someone to list that NFT for sale. So again, we're creating this page here. We already created the cards and the button, and we're just going to create this section here that allows a user to list the card for sale. So coming back to this listing info component here, let's import a few things that we're going to use. And we're going to create our type props here for the NFT information that we're getting. So we're going to get our NFT type and store it under NFT. Because we're creating a form, we're actually going to create a listing form data here, and this is going to have the information from the form that we create to pass through to our direct listing. So we're going to need NFT contract address, which is going to be a string. We will need the token ID, which will be a string, the price, which will be a string. We'll do the start date, which is going to be a date, and the end date, which is going to be a date as well. We'll then create our listing info component here. And again, we're going to get the address of the wallet connected. We'll also set up our router here. We're going to get our contract address for our marketplace. Again, using the use contract address hook and our marketplace address. We're going to do the same thing for our card NFT using our card address and the use contract hook again. And we're going to now set up the form data that we're going to use here. We're actually going to need to yarn add a React hook form, which is what we're going to use for our form here. So we'll yarn add that. And once that has been added, we can now create our form here. So we're going to create our form. So we're going to register and handle submit. And again, this is taking our listing form data that we created up here. And we have our default values. The first one is going to be our NFT contract address, which is our card address. The token ID is going to be not that. So token ID is going to be our .nft.metadata.id. Price 0 for default. Start date will be a new date that we select, and end date will be a new date that we select as well. And we have now that set up to handle our form. So we'll create the form down here. First one we're going to do is start date. So start date here, we'll have an input with type of date time local. And then we'll set that to the start date of our form. We'll have end date, which will be the same thing. So input of date time local, and we'll set that to the end date of our form. We're going to have price. Price here, we're going to have an input. We'll set that to number. In here, we'll set the steps to 0.01, and we'll set that to the price of our form. And then once we have that information, we'll have a Web3 button that will say list for sale. Now that button, again, this is going to have a contract address, which is going to be our marketplace address because we're listing it for sale on our marketplace and we're calling the direct listing function. The action we're going to create for this button here is an async function here that is going to await our handle submit, and we're going to create an on submit function to call here. So when this button is pressed, we're going to handle the submit from our form, and we're going to take in our on submit function, which we're going to create actually right now. So we're going to create an async function here called on submit that is going to take the data from our form data, from our listing form data. And what we're going to do here is await. We do need to create actually a check approval function first, because we do need to make sure that the wallet that is listing the NFT has done or has approval to list the NFT in a marketplace. So we're going to create an async function called check and approval. So we're first going to check approval. So we're going to check if has approval. So to check approval, we're going to, on our card collection, call a function. And the function we're going to call is approved for all. And we're checking to see if our address here has the approval to list the card for sale. Spell async, right? Has the approval to list the card for sale on our marketplace contract. Now, if there isn't approval, we're going to have to set the approval. So we're going to do, we'll just capture this in a transaction result here. And again, we're going to call a function here. And the function that we're going to call is the set approval for all. and we're setting the approval for us to list the market card NFTs on the marketplace to true. And then we'll just return true if everything is set. So again, on our submit, we're going to check approval. Once the wallet has approval to list the NFT for sale, we'll then store our transaction result here, and we'll await our create direct listing. Oh, so we didn't create it. So we do need to down up here. We're going to mutate the direct listing from the use direct listing marketplace. So using the use direct listing market hook here from our marketplace contract, we're going to mutate the function here to create direct listing. And then that way we can add our create direct listing here, and we can pass through the information from our form that we created. So first one we need to do is set the asset address. This is going to be the NFT contract address, setting the token ID to the token ID quantity. And then we need to set the price per token, which is going to be the price from the form. And then the start timestamp is going to be a new date with the start date, and the end timestamp will be the end date. And then we will return our transaction result. So this is what is going to be submitted when we click list for sale. So what it's going to do is check approval. So we're going to check approval again that our wallet address has the approval to list the NFT for sale on the marketplace contract. If there is no approval, we can set the approval for that wallet. Then we're going to create a direct listing on our marketplace contract using the information from our form, which includes the price and the start and end timestamps that we select. Now, what we can also do is once an NFT is listed for sale, so let's just say it was successful, what we'll do is then route our user to the marketplace page, and they can view their listing of their NFT. So if the listing is successful, they'll be brought to the marketplace and view that listing. So now that we have this listing component done here under my cards, under listing info, we can pass it to the NFT information of the selected NFT. So now coming back to our app, we can come to our my cards page here, and you can see these are the 5 cards that we got from our pack. We actually got 2 of these fire hamsters. So you can see quantity is 2 here. And then what we can do is we can sell one of the cards. We can select the start date and the end date. We'll just list it for 0.01. We'll list it for sale. Again, the first transaction we're going to get is the approval because we haven't listed a card on this marketplace yet. So we're going to set approval here. Then we'll get the second transaction, which will be the transaction to actually list this on our marketplace. And you can see the listing was successful because it routed us to our marketplace page, but we haven't created that marketplace page yet. So we're going to do that right now. Coming back to our code editor here. Under pages, we're going to create a new file called marketplace.tsx, and we're going to import a few things that we're going to use for this page here, and we're going to create our marketplace page. So for our marketplace here, we're going to need to get our marketplace contract using again our use contract hook and getting our marketplace contract. Then we're going to get our direct listings. Similar to how we did for the packs that we had for sale, but this time we're going to specify the card NFT contract address instead. So direct listings, we'll load direct listings, and what we're doing is use valid direct listings. And again, we're checking the direct listings on the marketplace contract, and we're going to filter out again the listings to only the token contract address of our card address. So it's not going to show the packs that we have for sale in our marketplace, only the cards that we have for sale. So right here, we're going to create our page. We'll give this a styles of container. We'll give it a title of marketplace. We're going to create a grid here. And within that grid, we are going to check if our listings have loaded. And if they haven't loaded yet, we're just going to show some loading text. But once they have loaded, again, we are going to get to the direct listings and map through all of them. And for each direct listing, we're going to show an NFT card component that we're going to create. So coming back to our components folder here, I'm going to create a new file called nft.tsx. We're going to import a few things we're going to use for this component. We're going to create our NFT props here. So NFT, we're going to create our props here, which is going to be our token ID, which is going to be a string, and our listing ID, which will be a string as well. Then we will create our listing card component here. And this listing card, so if we come back here to our demo app and we come to marketplace, we're going to be creating these cards right over here that get shown, that show the price of the listing, the image of the card being listed, and a buy now button to buy the listing. And again, depending on our listings, each NFT that is listed, we're going to map through and display one of those cards. So this card here is what we are building now. And for our listing card here, or our not listing card, we named it NFT card. We're going to get the address because we're going to need to know who is purchasing the NFT. We're going to get the marketplace contract, again, using our use contract hook. We're also going to get our card contract using our use contract hook as well. We're going to need the data of the NFT that is being listed, and we can get that with the use NFT, and we're going to get the information from the card contract, and we're getting the token ID, which will be passed through us when we map through the listings. Then we're going to need the data of our direct listings using, again, the use direct listings hook, which we'll check from our marketplace. And we're going to check it on the listing ID that we pass through. So in our card here, we're going to give this a class name of NFT card. And we're going to display the NFT here. So we're going to do a media renderer, and the source is going to be the nft.metadata.image. We'll set the height to 200 pixels and the width to 200 pixels as well. We'll display the name of the card, which is going to be NFT metadata name. We'll make this paragraph tags here, along with a class name of styles.cardName. We'll then display the price of the card, and what we'll do here is we'll put this in bold. So we'll do price, and then the price is going to be the direct listing dot currency per token dot display value, and then we'll add a little space here, and then we'll get the direct listing dot currency value per token dot symbol. And then we're going to check if there is a wallet connected, similar to what we did in the packs. Because if there isn't a wallet connected, then we're going to say, please log in to buy. And if they are logged in, then we'll set a Web3 button that says buy now. Again, our Web3 button is going to need our contract address, which is going to be our marketplace address. The action that we are going to call here is going to be an action or a function that we're going to create called buy NFT. And we'll give this a class name of buy button. So we need to create this buy NFT function here. So without that buy button, let's set up back in our marketplace page here under our NFT card. We do need to pass index, and we'll do the token ID, which is going to be the listing.asset.id, and the listing ID, which is going to be listing.id. So coming back to our app here, we can reload it. It should have our one listing here. Yep, so we can see we have our one listing here of our card that we listed for 0.01 Matic. It has our buy now button, but it's not going to work because we haven't set that up yet. So coming back to our app, we can now set that buy now button. So under NFT right up here, we're going to create that buy now function. And we're going to create our transaction result here, just a variable. And we're going to see if there is a direct listing. Transaction result is going to equal marketplace.directListing.buy from listing. We're going to buy the listing ID, and we're only going to buy one because we're just going to purchase one of that listing, similar to what we did with the packs. But this time, again, this is just the card NFTs. And then we'll throw an error if there is no card to be found. So not card, but no listing found for this card. And we'll return the transaction result there. So coming back here to our marketplace, we can't purchase it with this wallet because we own it. So we'll just come over here to a new wallet. I'll actually log out, we'll log in. And if we come to my cards, we're not going to show anything because we don't have any cards in this wallet here. So we come to marketplace, we'll hit buy now on our card. You can see here we're buying it for 0.01 Matic. We'll confirm that. And you can see we've purchased the card. So if we come back to my cards, you can now see that we own that card and we own one of it, and we can sell that card now on the marketplace if we choose to do so. So I'm going to switch back to our other one here that we just bought that for. So there you go. We built our NFT trading card application. Again, we've created a simple homepage here. We can come here, buy some packs under our shop button. So it's going to load the packs that are for sale. We created and bundled those packs. So if we wanted to, let's buy another pack one here. We'll run through everything, make sure everything works. So we'll confirm that transaction, buying it for 0.01 Matic. So we bought that, supply went down. We can come back to my packs here. We should have one pack one and one pack two. We'll confirm that transaction. Once that pack opens, you see the pack is no longer there. And we opened up 2 commons and actually 3 rares in this pack. And now we can come back to my cards. We can see all of our cards here. We have 2 of these rares, so maybe we want to sell one. We can select the start date of our listing, the end date of our listing, what we want to list it for. We can list it for sale. Again, we already listed an NFT with this wallet, so we're not going to have to approve again. We're just going to have to accept the transaction to list it. And once that's listed, it will bring us back to our marketplace, and you can see that that listing is the only listing that we have right now currently on our marketplace. So there you go. Our application is working. We created an NFT trading card application. We created a ERC 1155 contract for our NFT cards. We created a pack contract and actually bundled those cards into packs, sold those packs on our marketplace. You can open the packs in our application, collect the cards, list the cards on the marketplace, and people can buy and sell those cards to each other and collect these NFT trading cards. So again, I hope you folks enjoyed this video. You found some value in it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on tutorials just like this. And if you haven't joined our Discord community and joined the amazing community of builders just like yourself, we'll add a link down in the description below. If you have any questions or you need any support, you can drop it in our Discord and we'll be happy to help you out. But again, I hope you folks enjoyed this video, and until next time, see ya.